I love it.
Okay, here we go.
When I introduce you, play song first.
Ladies and gentlemen, and children of all ages, welcome to Shake It Up on Tunes Online Radio. Broadcasting live from Hamilton's own pub, the Cat and Fiddle, corner of John Street at Augusta. This week's special guest, Roxanne Flett-Campbell, and more. Now, our host, who thinks everyone should believe in something, he believes he will have another drink. Here's the famous Framus.
Again, you're both getting yourself Gary, comedy writing.
Well, you know, I
Productions. I know you've got a whole staff.
Yeah, and the comic book.
Hello. Good morning, everybody.
Good morning, indeed. Good.
This is a test of the emergency broadcasting system.
Who needs coffee now? Glad you made it. Another wicked week in the Hammer.
Yes.
Another, well, it's a balmy day today, though it's rainy.
It is balmy, actually. Yeah.
It's supposed to get cold tomorrow and then warmer next week.
Warmer like up to
So,
like minus 10 instead of minus
Close to.
27.
Close to. -7 by next week, we're calling.
Well, we're almost done with January. So
That I was going to say that. You know, we're getting into February. So we can get through February. March can be a bitch, I know.
in like a lamb, out like a lion.
Or vice
Or
versa.
vice versa.
Yeah.
In
Right.
like a yak, out like a yeti.
Yeah. And internationally speaking, we got to touch on this. I'm not big on sports watching. Okay.
Right.
When it comes to the playoffs, and I have a favorite team, yeah, okay. But with the officiating on the NFL lately, and
Right.
the flack they've been getting,
They've been getting a lot of.
holy cow, that Bills game, people are ripping the officiating apart.
Really?
Because of false calls, just blatantly bad calls. As much as Buffalo may be Canada's NFL team, something was against them in the water that day.
I think a lot of the noise is being made by these gamblers now, these online gamblers, because there's billions of dollars riding on these football games every week with everybody being able to bet either out of their mind through their phone. And,
Boxing, they've shown that to be on the graph.
well, boxing is a whole other.
That whole other ball of wax,
Yeah.
right.
You only got one guy against one guy. When you got 45 against 45, it's a little bit harder to rig.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
And then, of course, Marianne Faithfull passes away yesterday.
Yes.
So our thoughts and prayers go with her family and friends and all associated.
Yep.
So again, wow, this is starting out to be like with what was it, last week? Hudson's the last remaining member of the band, and now this week, what's 30 days warranty on 2050 and 2025. Oh, yeah, all right.
Every day is 30 days now, Gary. You know that. We can use
I'll go for a refund.
What do we got going at the Cat? How about the Cat and Fiddle news?
You
Everybody.
read my
Stay
mind.
tuned.
Of course, we got Fish Fridays here at the Cat today. So special on fish and chips, $3 fireballs. And then tomorrow, we got a very special day for the Special Olympics Hamilton crew. Cat and Fiddle will be hosting a fundraiser all day, starting at 3 p.m. Well, starting at 3 p.m. Fish. Canuck Tunes will be on hand, providing actualities and getting
Verification
behind the scenes stuff. And,
yeah.
Yep. So, but we got a number of people coming in, including yourself.
Well, thanks for telling me. Thanks for reminding me.
I had to tell you about this morning. So,
yes, that's right. Yeah.
Tim Gibbons will be on hand, the Arthur duo, all of which have been guests here at the Cat and Fiddle, as well as
Gibbons is the Grand Poobah.
Danny Smart, Jeff Gunn, and a lot more. Chelsea Reynolds is another confirmed name.
Chelsea, she was just here not too long ago.
So to help you out, it's $10 to get in the door, 15% off your apps during the event. There will be bar specials.
Yes.
There will be more musicians as time allows.
More and more, yeah.
50-50 draw done specifically for the Special Olympics Hamilton event. The grand prize from the friends at Labatt's is a gas barbecue.
Wow.
A gas
A
barbecue.
gas barbecue.
So that'll be hefty. And as well, new in the kitchen, starting tomorrow. Old is new again. Corey, who was the previous cook at the Cat and Fiddle prior to the shutdown and everything glorious in that time, he has returned.
The prodigal son.
The prodigal son has returned. They're going to again shift the menu to more Irish pub selections. And he was the man that started it. Irish, pardon me.
That's Irish.
Irish. And apparently he was the man that came up with good ideas, and now he's back to.
He's back. The Douglas MacArthur of the kitchen, pub kitchen set.
So he was here yesterday, just cleaning up his workspace, making sure everything is hunky-dory. Tomorrow, he's flies out of the gate.
First day, Social Olympics Day. First day for him. Wow.
So it's going to be a really exciting day for us. All of us are involved here, and it's always a good time here at the Cat and Fiddle, no matter.
Good time for a great cause.
Right, and the weather is supposed to be a little chilly, but it's always warm in here.
That's right.
We get the vibes going, and the food shelling out, and more than enough. Not courage, liquid inferno, liquid heat that could be generated. Yes, that's the word.
Lubrication.
That's the word.
Conversation lubrication.
So, again, another Shake It Up programming Friday. We don't know what's going on because we're going by the seat of our pants, but it looks good.
Yes.
We're on Facebook, online, Canuck Tunes online radio on Facebook. We're also on YouTube on the Canuck Tunes channel there, so please check us out. And of course, you can hear us at canucktunes.ca.
That's the radio version.
That's the radio version.
For our old-timey, old stylers.
And for any details of the Cat and Fiddle, you can go to Instagram, Cat and Fiddle Hamilton. You can go Cat and Fiddle Hamilton, Facebook, for that matter. So, yeah, everyone is on the socials everywhere. Everywhere. So,
Well, we want
yeah. Oh, and we have the 50-50 draw here today.
Yes.
We will shucking out tickets.
last week's winner was $12,000 or $12.50.
Something like that.
Something like that.
I think it was close.
It was the 12s anyway.
Yeah,
It was $20.
It was $20.
Yeah, $20 a piece.
Wow. $20. That's great.
Oh,
You
you
get
were close.
$20. You
Honest
get a pack of
mistake.
M&Ms at the ACC.
Honest mistake, yeah, right? And that'll be the little sample ones you get at Halloween for $20.
The Halloween ones, $20.
Doesn't get it.
Speaking of the Cat again, performing tomorrow night, February 1st, we have a new band, all new. So Alex has decided to bring him in after the events, 7 p.m. for the Special Olympics. Eyes Like Opals will be here.
Eyes Like Opals.
Starting at 7. And then for February 2nd, Innisfree returns again for another Innisfree, yeah, for another Sunday matinee of playing some Celtic covers.
Today the 31st.
Yes.
Today is the very first.
Troublecasters are here tonight.
Yes,
Yeah. Hamilton's the world's greatest bar
Yes.
band.
that's right.
Yeah,
Glad you mentioned that.
everybody loves the Troublecasters.
Indeed. Good save.
Bunch of wizards on each and every instrument that they play, for sure.
Indeed. Always a great time. Always a party band.
Always. The best.
Party here at the Cat and Fiddle. But thank you, everyone, for joining us here today and for listening. We appreciate it. We always love the company.
Absolutely. Give yourselves a hand, everybody. We haven't even started yet. We're getting raucous.
Very. Yes.
Raucous.
So shall we continue on?
Are we
I
gonna
said
go?
enough babble.
Yes, enough out of you, mister.
Thank you.
Let's move on to our first guest here. One of my favorite songwriters in town and one of my favorite people, Roxanne Flett-Campbell, or just Roxanne Flett? What are we going by? Roxanne. Okay, well, we don't need to use real names because Canada Revenue is always listening. So whatever name you want to use, darling.
It was funny how I ended up,
You got my.
I put my maiden name when I went on Facebook so that, because when we women get married, we disappear. You
Yeah,
know?
true.
And so when I went on Facebook for the first time, I decided, okay, fine, I'm gonna put my maiden name so people can find me. Well, thank you. Well, Mary Kovacs, the saxophone player,
Yes.
she had a benefit thing for murder victims of Canada, and she asked me to play. And rather than asking me, what name do you want on, she just went on my Facebook. And then everything after that has been posted as Flett-Campbell. So, hey, why not? And here I am.
Here you are. We couldn't be happier about it.
But people, people don't speak of me, so I'm saying Campbell. So.
All right, Roxanne Campbell. How about grabbing that guitar and hitting us with one of your jams, and then we'll get into the muck. Yeah. That's a lovely ovation guitar.
It's gifted to me.
Wow, nice.
Although I was told that I had to play it every day. Well, I sort of
You're telling the truth on the radio now, Roxanne. We've got tens of people listening right now. So this song is?
This is Mr. Hoot Owl.
Mr. Hoot Owl.
Woo!
Roxanne Campbell. Just Roxanne to me.
Let's sing in the morning as I rise myself out of bed. Let's sing the treetops as I make my way through my day. Let's sing in the nest as the sunset lights the door. Hoot owl in the night time, so who you find for us? Say, hey there, Mr. Hoot Owl. I ain't fighting no man no more. Woo. I say, hey there, Mr. Hoot Owl. Let me tell you the score. I cooked and cleaned and did my best, did his bidding and all the rest. 24 hours a day was on my mind, but he did me wrong. And you know that ain't right. You know it did me wrong. So I done put him by the side. Raised up his children, made my home. Treated him like he was on the throne. He did us wrong, and you know that ain't right. You know he did us wrong, so I done put him by the side. And now the birds sing in the morning as I rise myself out of bed. Birds sing in the treetops as I make my way through my day. But sing the nest as the sunset lights the door. Ooh, down in the night time, say, ooh, you fight for us, say, hey there, Mr. Hoot Owl. I ain't fighting no man no more. I say, hey there, Mr. Hoot Owl. I done walked out the door.
Roxanne.
Thank you.
That's some news based up there, darling, eh?
Thank you.
Yeah. So what was the origin of your story there as a musician, as a songwriter? Did you start off young? Did somebody hand you a guitar when you were a kid? Were you exposed to it?
Well, I remember being as early as 5. I'd make up these songs, just a lot of like kids will do. And our other sister, I used to have to share a room with her. And one day we were talking about what we were going to be. I was like 15 at the time, and she's like, "What do you want to be when you grow up?" I said, "Well, I want to be a singer-songwriter." She says, "You can't be a singer-songwriter." Why not? And I said, "I can sing a song about anything." She goes, "Really?" And there's apparently, my sister remembers this. I don't. She relayed this story. Apparently there was a blue blanket on the end of the bed. She says, "Write a song about the blue blanket." Apparently it was a cool song. I would make up songs, and I used to drive truck, and I was so long, so I'd be singing at the top of my lungs.
Why not?
So
you knew you had that superpower right off the bat.
It wasn't
You
until I
write
moved to
songs about
Hamilton.
anything.
It wasn't until I moved to Hamilton that I started writing them down.
Oh, okay.
And,
where were you from originally?
Well, originally from Oakville, but then we sort of got moved around a whole lot. But and actually both my sisters and I all ended up in Hamilton, one after the other. And so it's been my home for the last 15 years. And it's neat because everywhere I went, I've never felt like I belonged anywhere. And Hamilton has embraced me, and I've never felt so loved and accepted in my whole life.
That's the hammer. Full of bad attitudes and beautiful
That's
souls.
the hammer. Music is. I'm the only one that really did any instruments. We sang in our house. Dad used to say, well, we can all sing together, but we can't all talk together. Because with 3 girls, it was like,
No.
Is
that true, Nancy?
Yeah, so, and Dad was always singing. Dad would.
Did you play guitar?
No.
No, just singing.
Just singing at the top.
Acapella.
Yeah. Some of my earliest memories of Daddy singing. And Mom couldn't stand to sing.
That's probably why you did it.
But yeah, I've always sung and
sometimes you can sing to people to torment them, and sometimes to soothe them.
my ex-husband actually used to.
And is it true? You can tell us now. Did you?
Sometimes. Like when you go away moose hunting or something like that, I'd sing a song.
I'm glad you're gone.
No, just songs to make me guilty of how low now and stuff like that.
Right.
So, there were songs up to read. That was cool. It wasn't any I wrote, but.
And let's rewind a bit. You were a truck driver.
Yes.
What kind of truck did you drive?
I had my DZ license, and I didn't want to. After I left my husband, I didn't want to go on welfare or anything. So the best paying job in town was recycling truck, and I was offered a job. You get your license, and I'll give you a job. Give you a truck to get your tax and everything. And the gentleman was true to his word. And apparently he had offered this offer to a whole bunch of young fellows. In fact, there was a young fellow who was a gopher working in the shop there, and they'd offered him the job so many times, and he didn't want to do it. Well, then after I left, he took it because they told him, God, girls show you up like you can't do the work. So of course he mustered up his chest and
Well, you got the job.
Yeah, I was one of the first recycling truck lady drivers in Canada, as far as I know. I know there was at least 2 others were ahead of me by at least 4 years. But
well, that's amazing.
great big tall men, with shoulders out
you were
here.
you were a pioneer. You were the tip of the spear.
These are leftovers.
Oh yeah. Look at those guns, ladies and gentlemen. Do not judge a book by its cover, my friends.
Yeah, they're leftovers. They're not supposed to weigh the blue bins aren't supposed to weigh more than 65 pounds. And you get brake drums and everything else in there, so it would be like So, but yeah, it was the best paying job I could get in town.
That's fertile ground. Yeah.
I worked for 3 different townships. I also drove for some temp companies. I drove reefer, roll off.
You're like the female watermelon slim. He was a truck driver, blues player himself. Yeah, for sure. Were you writing songs in your head while you were doing that job?
Well, yeah, because I was all alone usually for 10, 12, 14, 16, longest I worked was 18 hours one day.
Wow.
Excuse me. Yeah, I told the boss, I said, just put a cot in the back for me. Well, what's the point of my going home? But yeah, I would be out there singing at the top of my lungs, songs off the radio, songs that, I heard when I was a kid and stuff. Making up songs as I was going.
Yeah. Pass the time, pass the day.
One of the songs I used to do in my head was, I'm an old woman, hear me grunt and groan. Oh, oh, oh. If I cried, you would die. I actually asked the fellow who was training me, we both worked at Bruce College up in Keswick there, Georgina, and I asked him after, usually if you start a new job, you're going to be sore for, 2-3 weeks, but then your muscles and your body gets used to it. No. I wasn't getting it. And I said to him, I said, is it just because I'm a girl or what? I'm sore and exhausted by Friday. It's just, he goes, what makes you think you're any different than anybody else? He says, if any guy tells you that it's any different, he's a liar.
There you go.
So I go, okay. But yeah, I did that for a number of years.
When did you pick up a guitar?
Actually, my dad bought my first one, but there was no lessons or anything. But I was very fortunate. My first stepfather, we were blessed with 2 sets of step-parents over the years. But my first stepfather was an entertainer, Bill McClory. He started off in vaudeville.
Wow.
He had polio when he was a kid, so one hand was a lot smaller than the other. And he went to it was during wartime, right? And he went to the piano teacher and asked to learn. The guy literally laughed at him and told him to get out. He said, with that hand, you'll never play. Well, he ended up playing, he could play 27 different instruments. And that wasn't including novelty instruments like the door spring and the saw, and you know,
Playing anything you can put his
he
hands
juggled,
on.
doing
If
the
they're
cycle,
tuned
did magic ESP, the whole 9 yards. He was
Wow.
amazing. And he actually got me up on stage a few times, and it was like, okay.
That was your first exposure to getting up on stage?
I was like,
How old were you?
13.
13, yeah.
Yeah.
Playing your own songs or doing
No,
doing like popular songs? Yeah.
and the little transistor radio it taught me, you know, the
Nice.
black and the silver trim. Showing my age here, but yeah, and he gave me my first real taste of music. He used to do a lot of he used to play in a lot of the Irish pubs and English pubs and stuff. And so, you know, he'd play things like Teary, do you remember when we danced to the bottles band? Do you remember music band? You know, stuff like that. When I'm washing windows in my professional art and don't ever stop, I'll climb this blinking ladder till I get right to the top. And you know, ladies' nighties, I've spied, I've often seen what goes inside. If you could see what I've spied when I'm washing windows, you know, stuff like that.
You are a musical encyclopedia.
Well, you know,
You must have heard those songs many, many times.
Oh,
Yes.
yes. And my mom was a big fan of Gracie Fields. And, you know, the biggest pedestrian in the world. You know, stuff like that. And so yeah, and my dad, he was country, just country, Johnny Cash.
Oh
You
yeah.
know, and mom actually, she had varying tastes. She like Bobby Goldsboro and Nat King Cole and stuff like that on the hi-fi stereo that was in the dining room.
Nice.
So yeah.
And when did you start writing your own songs, like with the guitar and performing your own songs?
With the guitar, probably when I moved here.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then on prior to moving here, I did like, you know, kitchen parties, you know, bonfires. When I had kids, I did, you know, kids parties and stuff like that. You know, I sang in the sleep. You know.
Nice.
Also, you know, I was just the average Joe Blow out there, just doing my thing and making people happy. And then I moved here, and I got thrown on stage one day. Originally, it was, we have this thing called the art call. Would you sing a song for us? And it's like, yeah, okay. And a couple of days before, she goes, so you're going to sing a couple of songs, right? I was like, oh, I ended up singing 8 songs. The first 4 I sang with my eyes closed. It's like, oh. And so, you know, and then from there, since I've been here, I've been in 2 films that have been around the world. One for the, you know, the 24-hour film thing that they have here, where you have 24 hours from conception to judgment. And I was in that, and Snake, I believe it was called. That was when I first moved here. I just sort of got sucked into it, and here I am at what was it, 2:30 in the morning down at Pier 4. And part of the thing that they were doing was the lady was screaming. I was expecting the cops to show up. Nobody showed up.
And then you were screaming
like, oh,
for
we're
the
in
movie.
Hamilton. Anyways, and then Tree of Stars. I opened for them for their first show.
Where was that?
Over that way.
Over that way?
Yeah, over that way. Yeah.
We're pointing east for all the
I know
like
it
to
used
be on
to
the
be,
radio.
what
Everybody.
would that be? Wellington or Wellington or something?
Wellington House.
There's on the corner of, there's a bank. I know that. I'm a girl. I you know, landmarks. So.
How about hitting us with another song, Roxanne?
Sure.
Roxanne Flett, everybody. Campbell. We'll get this straight.
Okay, I've got, I'll hold 6 grandkids out there somewhere. Yeah, 3 in Edmonton, and 3 in New Brunswick. I wrote this. I don't know if any of you have got grandkids, but here you go. Grandchild, it feels so good to finally hold you, grandchild. I can't wait to get to know you, grandchild. Grandchild, I look into your eyes. I see the future and the love 1,000 lives goes before you. Loves and lives come and go. You're the spark of the future, the part of me that still lives on. Bright-eyed and bushy-tailed, I see your triumphs and your fails through your eyes. I see the world in you. If I ever thought I could feel love, one look in your eyes reminds me of true love. Unconditional and true. Grandchild, there's so much that you should know. Wish that I could help you, but it's your own road you have to go. But I'm with you in spirit, and me and your ancestors love you so. I just wanted you to know, grandchild, it feels so good to finally hold you, grandchild. I can't wait to get to know you, grandchild. Grandchild, look into your eyes. I see the future and the love 1,000 lives goes before you. Loves and lives come and go. You're the spark of the future, a part of me that still lives on. You're the spark of the future, a part of us that still lives on.
Beautiful.
Thank you.
Wow. You write great fucking songs, I'm telling you.
Thank you.
Yeah, great
Well,
songs.
Dale Carnegie, Dale Carnegie's,
How to make friends and influence people?
no, the one about public speaking.
Okay.
Well, he says to talk about things you know.
Yeah.
And when I was in grade 8, I had this wonderful teacher who, for English, we studied for poetry, Simon and Garfunkel.
Nice.
And I had been writing poetry. Our mother got all three of us into poetry when we were younger, and I'd been writing poetry for years. And so I just started writing poetry and putting it into music.
Poetry is lyrics minus the guitar, that's all,
Well, look
right?
at Bob Dylan, right?
Yeah.
He's got a poet laureate or something like that,
Yeah.
you know. So that's.
So when you came to Hamilton, did you start, how did you start making these connections to get in the movies and on Supercrawl? Did you go to, or Art Crawl, did you go to the open mics where?
Well, I was
We met
invited
for
to
you.
a party. I was invited to a party.
That's all it took. Damn it, I
Pretty
wish somebody
much.
would have invited me to a party 25 years ago.
Pretty much. I was invited to this party, and then I was invited back. They apparently enjoyed my company. So after the second party, everybody had gone. The hostess, she'd already gone upstairs, and the man was putting stuff away.
So you wore everybody out. You were the last one
I know.
up.
I had just been a spectator to everything at that point. And as he's, packing things up,
Talk into that mic.
he goes, do you play any instruments? I said, well, I'm a guitar faker, I'm a 3-chord virtuoso. And he
Ooh, I
says,
like that.
and so
I'll steal that.
it's even on my guitar case. So he continues to put the last guitar away. And then he goes, well, do you sing? I said, yeah. He goes, sing me something. You in a cappella? He goes, sure. So kind of being like a deer in the headlights, it's like pull a song out of your hat, right? So all I could think of was the children's rainbow song. Red and yellow and pink and green, purple and orange and blue. Well, anyways, this man apparently, he and his brother were part of the big music scene with bluegrass.
Oh, yeah?
And he told his lady, who was the proprietress of the gallery, and she said, well, we have to sing. Would you come sing a song? And that's how it all started. And then I ended up moving above the gallery.
Where's that?
I was the Blue Angel Gallery.
Oh, the Blue Angel, yeah.
Cynthia and Rocky Hill.
Remember it well.
Yeah, and Cynthia, I opened for her for the Art Crawl for over 2.5 years. And I played The Intolerant, and I played...
Dawn, yes.
Yeah, Dawn, yeah, I'm so bad.
Yeah, me too.
And I played at the Umi Gallery. I played once at, used to be Captain John's in West, this ain't Hollywood. I played once there. I played at the Corktown, or not the Cork, yeah, the Corktown.
Down
I
here,
played,
yeah.
yeah, I think I played there twice. I'm just, open mics and stuff like that.
Right.
So, yeah, I just mostly do open mics and benefits and stuff, and
You staged kind of strictly as a solo artist, or have you,
Yeah, well, I got-
collaborated with people, played with people too?
I'm not a musician. I'm an entertainer. So I drive musicians nuts because I don't always play it the way that
Within
it's
the rules, yes.
Well, yeah, like I did
Musical
once
rules.
that I did at the Angel there. There was a fella. He's one of these musicians by rote, and everything's just the way it is.
Yeah.
And
Math.
And I came down off stage after the set, and he goes, "Great set." I said, "Thanks." He goes, "You missed about 6 chord on that last song." I said, "Well, it sounded all right, didn't it?" He goes, "Hell yeah, it sounded great." I said, "Well, what difference does it make?"
That's right.
Like even the song, like
Keep it to yourself, Bob.
a lot of songs, I find musicians crazy. They find me either really easy to play with because I'm a 3-chord person. Sometimes I'll throw in a 4th chord. Woo.
Show off. Show off.
At risk.
Jazz.
People, musicians, I can find really hard to play with or really easy to play with. If they're road musicians, they pull out their hair by the time that they finish with me. But a lot of people just end up being by myself. Apparently, though, I've got an internal, what do you call that?
Metronome.
Yeah, metronome, thank you.
For sure,
Boxo Studios here in Hamilton, they put out the CD Shameless Subversion. And I was
Boxo Studios?
Yes. And I was, and so, I'm on that. And he told me that I've got a built-in metronome.
Who told you that? Kevin Barber?
Yes,
Oh,
Kevin.
yes.
For some reason, ever since I first met that man, I always wanted to call him Brian, and I know that's not his name, but I'm terrible with names. I thought my name was Fruit of the Loom for years, and then I think I got married because they said Haynes, so I don't know.
Is it write your name in your underwear?
Yeah, I
What's your
know.
name? Fruit of the Loom. Mine says Warner Brothers. Yours says DC Comics.
Yeah.
Come on, tell the truth. And what about, so you made your way around galleries and made friends through that kind of circuit, playing shows on the crawl nights, on the Friday nights at the different spots?
Yeah.
Got yourself out there, and were you prolific writing songs during this period?
Yeah, when I was there, being at the Angel there, there was art, there was music, there was poetry, there was authors. I was right in what I consider the central hub of the arts and
just surrounded by creativity.
Anybody there. In fact, it was funny because the first party I went to, Cynthia had been up north to see her daughter, and her nephew and I were outside waiting for her, and she comes in, and I feel like a party, and as she's walking through the gallery, she just throws her coat off, just falls to the floor. She pulls out this huge big book, and it had all these names, and she just started calling. Next thing I know, the gallery was packed full of, the plethora of amazing musicians in this city blows me away. At one point, I was thinking of giving it up, and another time I was thinking, seeing how I'm here and this is, going with my music and stuff, maybe I should actually learn guitar. And I'll never forget the way she said it. She says, "Oh no, Roxanne, that would spoil whatever that special thing is that you have."
Oh, you mean take lessons?
I was going to take guitar lessons, and she said, "No. So I haven't. But I did when we were in lockdown. You're gonna laugh at this, but it took me 46 years to learn the names of these strings.
I'm not gonna laugh because I'm in the same boat. I probably couldn't name them off the top of my head right now.
Well, when we were in lockdown, I had internet for most of it, so I was learning how to, and I found out a guitar is actually a piano, your bass, your middle, and I did not know that. So I learned a few things.
Did you incorporate these lessons into how you wrote going forward?
No.
No.
Not
That's totally useless to you.
that. I'm not that good yet. Like, I mean, I couldn't do bar chords. I thought most people, these two bones are level, and mine, this one is higher than this one.
Right.
So, I never had the range of motion other people had. And, when I was driving the truck, I tore the cartilage away from the bone and, had to have surgery. I couldn't even hold a cup of tea for 2 years. And then,
3 years. That must have put a crimp in your guitar playing too.
well,
Yeah.
yeah. And then, well, life was busy with kids and stuff, so it didn't really matter at that point.
Right.
But, you know, I sort of barred around and, but then, about 7 years ago, I tripped over my neighbor's cat and broke this bone, and then the nurse at the hospital, when she took the cast off, fractured this bone.
What?
She didn't cut the cast all the way through, and this part stayed, but this part went.
I'm hearing a lawsuit. No.
I can't be bothered with crap.
You're not litigious.
But since all the damage, now I can do bar chords better.
They straightened you out by breaking it.
Yeah, I know. You know, it just goes to show, just because you're breaking doesn't mean that you're broken.
That's right.
Yeah. So, and I did lose it took me 2 years to be able to learn to put my thumb up like that, because it wouldn't go any higher than that. Because when I broke this bone, it severed the tendon to it.
Wow.
And that was the one thing I was really worried about, was whether or not I could play guitar. So, like, I mean, it hurt like hell at first, but I was determined, and so, yeah. And actually, it was funny because I thought, oh, well, you know, I'll play bass because, you know, it'd probably be easier. No, it's harder on the wrist because you're flat fingered, right? Now, I've been told you can play it like a guitar with your fingers, but, like, I mean, no. And it was funny because I bought this bass and I was farting around on it, you know, blah, blah, blah. And then someone who actually was a bass player taught me how to hold it correctly. My arm only went to 3rd fret. So I sold my bass. I just a little kid.
Well, it took you back to where you're supposed to be on the guitar.
Yeah, exactly.
Exactly. How about hitting us with another one?
Okay.
Yeah, absolutely.
One more. Huh? Oh, okay. Actually, this song here, Daughter of a Cowboy, I wrote it, and when our father passed away, our stepmother went, "There'll be no singing at this funeral." Oh, okay. So I read it as a poem.
Rebel.
Always.
Daughter of a cowboy, everybody.
My dad was a cowboy. Growing up, at one point, we had a farm. We had 65 horses, 10 ponies, 6 dogs, and umpteen million cats. And anything my sisters and I could catch, we could keep for 24 hours. Okay. I'm the daughter of a cowboy, learned to rope and shoot and ride. I'm a daughter of a cowboy, I was raised no cowboy pride. Cowboy's always helpful, never quits till the job is done. Cowboy will always do his best, on that you can rely on. There's many cowboys that I knew when I was growing up. Their names were wild, their stories told, and they were tough as all get out. There was Lion Tom and Ronkin' Ron, dusty roads that could go on and on. Oh, Vern and I, we mended fences. They loved the horses that they knew, from Price Stallion to the Dew. Each day was an adventure and they'd take it. I'm the daughter of a cowboy, learned to rope and shoot and ride. I'm a daughter of a cowboy, I was raised no cowboy pride. Now cowboys always tough, cowboys rough and tumble, and known to join the odd and lead. But a cowboy's no. Okay, let's try this again. Brushed my teeth this morning. I can't. Okay, where was I? There's many. Let's try this again. There's many cowboys that I knew when I was growing up. Their names were wild, their stories told, and they were tough as all get out. There's Lion Tom and Ronkin' Ron, dusty roads that could go on and on. Oh, Vern and I, we mended fences. They loved the horses that they knew, from Price Stallion to the Dew. Each day was an adventure and they'd take it. I'm the daughter of a cowboy, learned to rope and shoot and ride. I'm a daughter of a cowboy, I was raised no cowboy pride. Now cowboys rough and tumble, and known to join the odd million. But cowboys, okay, that one's not coming. I'm sorry, sis.
Daughter of a cowboy. Requested by her sister Nancy for sabotage reasons.
No doubt. You know I haven't played that one in a long
I'm
time.
taking you back for all those times you gave her noogies when you were a kid.
I'm her big little sister.
Little big sister.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, you got another one?
Okay. One of my. I had it, so you have to. You bitch.
Sister fight, sister fight. Move your tables away, gentlemen.
Okay.
It's getting a while. Hold your chicken wings. Drink a whiskey. This will get you going now.
Here anyway.
Lubricate them cords there.
Okay, this was a short song, but this was put on HTB Radio Canada probably about 6 years ago for the rotation of the month of May.
On which radio?
HTB Radio Canada.
Yeah.
I actually wrote it as a poem when I was 14, and over the years I sort of put it to music.
But it's called
A long time ago.
Long, Long Time Ago.
And it's a short song.
It's a short song called Long, Long Time Ago.
Apparently most of my songs are. That's because they're not filled out with
A
music.
song about the history of the universe. But it's a short song.
You got to take into account, I'm 14 years old when I wrote this, okay? So, no drama.
I think that's cool.
Long, long time ago, once upon a time, grass was somehow greener, sunny days were mine. Rivers ran freely, birds sang aloud. Only you could find me, I had reason to be proud. Broken fields of grass, seeming never-ending, soft breezes coming silently, trees ever bending. Oh, long, long time ago, once upon a time, grass was somehow greener, though you were never mine. Though you were never mine.
Very sweet.
Sorry about my voice back when I had a cold for a couple of days there. I'm better now, but the voice is still so.
And was that directed at somebody specific that you were kind of sweet on?
Yes.
Or yes.
Yes. Oh.
Junior high school.
The sun was
Unrequited
set on
love.
him.
Yeah.
Here's my cherry picker, actually.
You cherry picker? Is that what they called it back then? We're on the internet, Roxanne. Settle down. Settle down. It's a family show.
We were in farm
Okay.
country. Picked apples, picked cherries.
Them 65 horses are just a distraction. Right?
I was young and innocent.
Oh, yeah. We all were.
Yeah. Young, innocent, and naive.
That's the best combination. The naive part.
Oh, well, it depends on which side that you're on.
Oh my God. You got me speechless, Roxanne. That doesn't happen very often. So are you still writing? Or what's your process now? Do you just let them come to you? Do you sing? I know you're a hard-working lady. You go through the day doing physical work, and so do you? Does the music part of your machine work while your body's doing other stuff?
Not lately, because I've been trying to recoup from when we were in lockdown for 2 years. It sort of decimated my life there.
Right.
I, just full steam ahead at one point there. saving for a car, so I was working 6 and 7 days a week, sometimes doing 2 places a day.
Yep.
And I backed off a little bit though, because I'm almost 66. So
Backed off on the work.
yeah. I've got a pretty good gig though. I've got 2 different churches that I clean, and then I've got a couple of private clients. And I do want to thank my client from today for letting me have the day off so I could be here. Thank you very much.
Thank you, client.
Yeah, she's pretty cool.
Nice.
I got accused of singing all soft, mellow songs that put people to sleep. So
Who accused you of that?
I won't say her name because I don't like her.
Okay.
I used to, but then she turned out to be a bitch. So
Yeah.
and she started, I don't know, making shit up about me and stuff. So people like that, I
Who's
just
got room for that?
smile and
Exactly.
wave, right?
Smile and wave.
So but at the time when she, accused me of that, I thought, well, I'll fix her. I'm that sort of person. Don't tell me I can't do something.
That's right.
Excuse me,
A little bit of anger in this one.
They call me a cougar, yeah, because I'm on my edge. They call me a cougar, yeah, that's what they say. They call me a cougar, they say I'm on the prowl. They call me a cougar, 'cause I sometimes growl. They call me a cougar, got a boy at my ass. They call me a cougar, yeah, that's what they say. He's long and tall and cool and lean. We go out really bad to see. They call me a cougar, yeah, my boy is a dream. They call me a cougar, yeah, I make the boy toy scream. They call me a cougar, they say I'm on the prowl. They call me a cougar 'cause I sometimes growl.
Yeah. Now it's a party. Roxanne Flett-Campbell.
That's my past song.
That's some ferocious songwriting there. You showed her. You just showed all of us. The boys are quaking in their shoes over here. You may just jump off the stage. That's a great one. I remember we were at the open mic there, and I remember you played a song that really I kind of identified with from my childhood.
Passenger side.
Yeah. Can you do that one for us?
Yeah.
It's called Passenger Side.
Okay, yeah, I understand.
Give us a little backstory.
Okay, Dad.
Definitely my favorite.
You know when you go in the stores and there's the mats on the floor when you come in the doorway, right?
Yep.
Well, my dad over there, he could sell ice to Eskimos. He was a really good salesman, and he worked over the years for Canadian Dust Control, Swan Dust Control, and all those companies. And excuse me, Dad would service all. He'd go all around Southern Ontario, so he'd oftentimes pull me out of school, and I'd be his company for the day. I was the original Vanna White. Anyways, he'd be in a hurry to go from one potential client to another. So he'd be driving and trying to write his purchase orders. And he'd go, honey, hold the wheel. So I learned to drive like this. This is where that song came from.
Nice.
Daddy pulled me from school to keep him company as Mays round. He'd drive and do his paperwork. He'd look at me and smile and say, honey, take the wheel. I learned to drive on the passenger side, not in control, but keeping it straight. I learned to drive on the passenger side. As a child, I thought it was great. Mom and Dad split up. Mom went to work. She said, I need your help, my child. Look after the house and the kids for me, and we'll be all right in a while. She said, honey, take the wheel. I learned to drive on the passenger side, not in control, but keeping it straight. I learned to drive on the passenger side. As a child, I thought it was great. I grew up, left home, got married, said we'd be together forever. Good and bad times we've seen, lots of living in between. Till he got lost in the booze, he promised he'd get better. He said, honey, take the wheel. I learned to drive on the passenger side, not in control, but keeping it straight. I learned to drive on the passenger side, life hold steady, it'd be great. With 2 kids in tow, it was a tough road to hoe, but it was better than the hell we've been through. My son said, Mom will be alright. I said, honey, I got the wheel, and the gas and the brake ain't nothing to take. May not go far, but we're gonna go straight. We cannot hesitate, 'cause I learned to drive on the passenger side. Now I'm in control, and I'm keeping it straight. I learned to drive on the passenger side, and I learned from all their mistakes. I learned to drive on the passenger side. Now I'm in control, and I'm keeping it straight. I learned to drive on the passenger side. Let me tell ya, I'm doing just great. Thank you. That's actually my most requested song over the years.
That is one goddamn great song, Roxanne.
Thank you.
That
Thank
is-
you. It's a true story too.
Those are the best ones.
Right about what you know, right?
3 chords in the tree.
There you go. I like that.
You can take it because I stole it off of Muddy Waters. So go ahead and use it. Yeah, that's a great song. When you remember when you played that at the one of the open mics we were hanging out at, I was like, you know, as a songwriter, sometimes there's a song and you're like, God damn it, I wish I wrote that one. And that's one of those.
Oh,
That's
thank
a great
you.
one, yeah, for
Oh.
sure. Love it. Love it, love it.
This one is,
Now, you did some recordings too, did you not?
yes, I did.
Oh, you got a guest here, Papa.
You're saying your singing and playing is great. Thank you.
Oh, thank you.
Oh, random compliments for the radio.
Always shaking it up.
Make it up radio. Captain Phil is keeping you with luck.
Oh, man, it's being felt. Trust me. I think I'm.
Take another drink of whiskey.
Yeah.
It's nothing like praise and whiskey. You got that right.
Whiskey's all. I actually have a shirt that says whiskey's always a good idea.
No, that's great stuff. So you did some recordings though too, did you not? Like, did you do? You appeared on that record at Kevin's studio, but did you not put a whole record? You gave me one of your CD one time.
Well, that other than the Blue Angel, my first show of that was like mine. It's actually probably the only show that was mine. No, I did. I've done 3 that were mine. But the first show that was mine was at my favorite restaurant, Dunes Verdes. It's across from the St. James Cathedral on James North. First show I was here, life had kicked me real hard.
Mhm.
And that's how I ended up in Hamilton here. And
That's how we all ended up here.
and I was so poor. And so I do credit with at Dunes Verdes. She makes the best homemade chicken soup in the whole city.
Really?
And when I could afford a bowl or 2 during the week, that was what I pretty much sustained myself on. And she kept me strong and healthy with her soup. And they have all sorts of wonderful, yummy yummies. And And so they asked me to play there, and it was like, oh, okay. And she says, well, have you got any CDs?
Merch. You gotta have merch.
And he said, yeah. So I have the old, the tape recorders we had when we were kids, where you press the play and the record at the same time.
Absolutely.
So I put it on that, and then there was a place next door, I knew a fella, and he transferred it to a CD, and I had a pile of them, and I've been over the years it was here.
I got one.
And yeah, you guys got the last two other than my copy, so
Better hang on to these.
And yeah, so
Well, that's amazing. You did it on cassette,
yeah. And then,
analog to digital.
yeah, he did it. I'm not technical in any size, shape, form, or industry. Like I said, I started off with horse and buggy, so I kind of like it there.
65 horse and buggy.
I am, but my sister will verify this. I was a bit of a handful when I was a child.
No.
What? A songwriter being a handful when you're young?
Well, ADHD and all that other stuff, and OCD and everything else. I didn't have to go to college or university to get all these letters
You got
after
all
my
the letters
name.
already.
So yeah. But mom apparently couldn't handle me. So from the age of 7 until almost 13, every summer I was sent away to my aunt's student up at Passaic Beach to work for the summer. You can laugh at this. I get $100 for the whole summer, free room and board. I don't. If I make less than $100 a day now, I'm going, damn.
Yeah. Don't get out of bed for that.
Yeah. But yeah. So
You got free room and board. I hope you ate a lot.
well, back then I did. Hey, what you got? A hollow leg or what? I was a solid lady.
Well, I seen your muscles earlier.
Yeah. Oh, when you're, throwing around 50 and 75-pound bales of hay
Yeah.
and horses and
You
stuff,
used to hard work.
mucking out every morning, every night.
Wow.
Yeah, and my one horse I had heaves. At one point in my life, I had a horse in Batman, and
Nice.
he had heaves. That's sort of like
What is that?
asthma
Yeah.
for horses,
Wow.
and
How big's that inhaler?
but
Says the protein tank.
you have to water
You can
down.
lead a horse to an inhaler.
But I had to water down his grain and his hay every day when I fed him, and that would help with this. And but there was no water to the barn, so I had to walk probably about from here to the bus station to the trough, get 2 buckets of water and carry it back, and then twice a day. Yeah.
That's some serious work and serious rolling the rock every day.
Yeah.
Sisyphus. Just keep rolling that rock, baby.
Well, you got there, right? It's like somebody asked me once after a major event in my life, how do you keep going? And it's like, well, you just keep putting one foot in front of the other. You never know what's around the corner. Like, look, I'm here. Like,
That's right.
you blow my mind.
You made it. Shake it up, radio.
I was just busy, cleaning houses and people's toilets, right? And then all of a sudden, hey, Roxanne, so ooh, okay. So, yeah.
That's great. You're an inspiration to all of us. Keep moving forward. Things get tough. Things get rough. And then you got a great song out of it. The out time too.
I got one more song for you.
Yay.
I want it.
Okay.
Don't we all want it?
Yeah. This is one of my favorites of mine. You say I am cold 'cause I don't cry, but you don't see the hurt inside. For inside of me are stars you can't see. I'm like a picture. If I seemed unscathed by life, outwardly you can't tell. But the picture is marked by each of life's colors, and I can keep it hidden well.
Wrap it up.
Having your heart broken for the first time makes it easier as you go along. And you never know what our next life will bring you, but how you deal with it is all your own. So I don't cry, please forgive me, since I got got nothing left, I don't cry, just isn't in me. Really got nothing left, I don't cry. I'm like a picture, life constantly changes, people and things come and go, and all life is impermanent, and only the unnameable knows what I've seen, done and been through. Got the scars to prove my tale. You just can't see them. I get in them. I'm like a picture. You say I am cold 'cause I don't cry, but you don't see the hurt inside. For inside of me are stars you can't see. I'm like a picture. I'm like a picture. I'm like a picture. I'm like a picture.
You're listening to Shake It Up Friday live from the Cat and Fiddle on CanuckTunesRadio.ca. Don't go away. We will be right back after this short break with more fun, frivolity, fudge, suds, 50-50 draw tickets, and more. Don't go away. We'll be right back on Canuck Tunes.
Beautiful. We're done.
Okay. Can I just turn my thing down? Can I unplug now?
You can. Please do.
Thank you.
Amazing. Inspiring. Great stuff, Roxanne.
Oh, I know. Come on. I was enjoying it right there. I'm so glad you came. Hi, Mom.
Want me to hold that? Want me to? What about Gary? Leaving him out? Zoom.
Man's gotta go when he's gotta go.
How you doing, Lily? Good to see you.
Yeah, my boyfriend.
Here he comes.
Sort of sprayed it a couple of times, so.
There he is.
Here, Paul, you want to take it? Yeah.
Thank you.
Sure.
I'd have to turn around the other way again.
It's all guy in the back.
Yeah, there we go. Am I blocking you?
No. Until. Beautiful.
Thank you.
Right in the family.
Okay. Are you gonna need my card still?
I do not believe so.
So, was your aunt?
You know, very, very helpful. It was highway 9 to the belonging to Junior. Yeah. When you go down, you come down and you drag it. Yeah. Years later, there was a dinosaur world.
Yes.
Just past her.
Where's the zoo?
Yeah, the zoo is further down by the drag, right?
I still go to Georgia Bay a lot. I used to go up before I have this once a year. I love it up there. It's my roots, huh?
Oh, yeah.
You're really good. You got a great voice.
It's not even as fast, but I got a cold. Yeah, I sort of squeaked out on the feet.
Surprise the CDs.
Well, like I said, I gave the last two that I had to these guys.
That's so cool. Right off the
I
side.
guess I'm gonna have to find somebody to copy, copy much more.
Talk to Michael.
Yeah, thank you.
You can read that MAD.
Oh, it's just in the next room.
So I ordered a Oh, I was sitting there.
I did see you for it. I didn't know the single.
You never came, was sitting right there by Gary.
Like, did actually see you for it. Yeah.
Something from Brown.
Yeah, see, I treated it really, you're almost invisible. I didn't want to walk around there. I was here, I was so glad she posted it, or I wouldn't have known.
How you doing, Gary?
I was just
You okay, thanks?
Good to see you. How you doing? It's, Marcus, you want to get that? Well, not because Robin. Don't worry about it. Yeah. How you doing, Don? Good to see you, buddy. You're looking good, man. I didn't do some of the rest too much of good life. Too much of the good life, that's okay. Yeah. Let's keep up. Robin, yeah. She's got a show tonight, so she's probably got to save up all her energy, yeah. So, at the Shed Brewery. Oh, sure. They already did the Clifford's one, 2 weeks ago. Are you board Sunday to schools? Who's that? Oh, Sunday. No, I don't think so. We're gonna go to,
Does anybody want some 50-50 tickets?
What are you doing?
We'll be drawing it right after we get back.
Yeah,
So
you just went for.
Three
50, everybody.
for five.
50-50's coming.
So they're 3 for 5. And I'll give you some change.
Is this our mystery guest?
Kimberly, that's right,
Are you back now? Yeah, back now?
Yeah.
You're done. Oh, no, you guys are on holidays. Yeah, look at you, eh? 3 weeks. You know how to live, my friend. Well, I know how to live.
After my 6 months in Kingston.
Yeah.
Sounds
You,
worse, sounds worse than it is.
Well, you weren't in the pen.
No, that's right.
Roxanne, don't forget your whiskey, darling.
Oh, I'm not. I'm just making my way to it.
Very well.
Real good.
You want to sit up in your meeting?
Sure, wherever you want.
Yeah, do you want to go direct or you want to?
I brought electric guitar.
Oh, yeah.
I'm gonna play through the money.
Nice.
That's good.
No. Well, here we go.
I think you're one of your.
Here we go.
I got you. When's your challenge myself?
So you guys have a great time or what? Yeah. Nice recharge after all
So
that.
much fun. Throw that in the corner.
Oh, it's so good.
Yeah.
It was
grand.
That's great, man. And you're gonna be here, working here now for a while, or you know what you're doing?
I don't have projects for you right now, so I have a few artists to fire, but I'm happy to have, a little time off.
I gave you that. I she sounds like.
Hopefully it won't be too long off. Okay.
Okay, cool. Yeah.
That's good stuff, man.
That is awesome. Yeah.
You're gonna be a treat, my friend.
I really want to.
Hot dog.
Yeah, that's my dream. This is gonna be interesting.
Are you plugging back in with, weeds, you plugging back in with lots of shows?
We don't have anything booked yet, like 2 years I booked here. I have to talk to these guys on Sundays, they're on
So we might do one this Sunday. Slots.
Like your variety show type thing?
Yeah, I think we'll just do our own show and then bring in a guest or something.
Nice.
Very good. Yourself?
Good.
Here, man, we're here at the chart. Yeah. First show is over.
Okay. The biggest being that.
Yeah, your show is proficient out there. I do, yeah. Great. Great place to come here. Yeah, it's why it's so special. The guy brought it, we have like 40 guitars and stuff. His kids bought them. Johnny Angel. Oh, yeah. I had one. Oh, yeah. I have one. You can sit next to Johnny.
Johnny Angel.
I would have never.
Nancy, I want you to come and meet Nancy. Nancy.
I had the example.
You know.
The reason why I told her was because I was afraid to damage it.
Yeah.
Because I did do this, and I didn't say, I always wash my hands before I play it and stuff like that.
You've heard me talk a million times
It
about
was out of my
Patty's
league.
sister.
You gotta be a good player. Mine was a Korean one. Yeah, but this is what not the Korean one. Yeah, that's the one. And then I went to a gig and it was playing live, and the guy came in, he had a 1958 Corvette, right? And it was a little bit thicker, right? He was playing that one, my guitar. I didn't go see his all those, but then I found out they're like 5,600.
Yeah.
I thought, well,
Never mind.
I'm not.
I got
I'm
you.
just a Oscar. I got my number.
Great. Yeah. Roxanne was phenomenal.
Oh, great. I missed the first one. Oh, you're fine, right? Good, good.
Yeah, well, that's your day to be on the radio. Go,
These late days, it brings a real tear to my eye, when I used to be at Southwood. Then, I'm staying.
yeah, I would just go from like 1:30 to.
Do some songs, or do some talk. How many songs you got? I got a few. I got some phrases that go on there itself. What's that? It's supposed to be easy to get around.
There's a little bit of plays on the sidewalk.
Yeah.
As long as we don't get 6 feet of smoke flying.
Where's next gig?
February.
Oh, really?
That's on the
Boiler and Whistle. Yes. Have a music there? That's where, what's it called? It used to be oh yeah.
You know, right?
Always fair. Live the dream. Living the dream, man.
So I don't always like behind the camera.
Yeah.
Great pictures.
Borrow a couple pics, buddy. How am I feeling? Am I feeling 0.60 or 0.75?
How many bands are gonna be doing?
Eight, I think.
Did he just hit you up today?
Eight. I think we're up to eight.
When I was here talking,
Pardon? Gary has most of the list. They'll probably repeat it when they start up. Tim Gibbons is coming. He's playing. So it's well, it starts at 3. I think he's second. I think he's in the middle. So till 7. So he's probably going to be around 4.
This is gonna be like, this is your life. And I said, well, you got my 7th grade shop. That mic, you gotta eat that mic.
That's my style.
Back here.
Real good. I was trying.
No, 4 minutes, 5 minutes.
Okay.
4 minutes, 5 minutes.
Yeah. I know, right? Shall we start off?
Here, man. He would love this.
He set it up.
He did. Can we start off with the draw?
Yeah.
Can we do the draw without being on the air? You guys
Without being on the air?
Yeah.
Do you love to drink on the radio?
Don't we, do we want it on the air though?
Okay.
Cheers. Promote?
Doesn't matter.
Okay.
You're only allowed,
We can do it.
not to drink on the radio.
I have a great taste for radio.
Great taste for you. You're on the right show, buddy. Me and you. Couple of handsome radio faces. Brown barrel. You just went around.
Oh, right on. How's he doing? No doubt.
No.
Did you hit the other side?
Oh, yeah. I'm gonna have a heart attack too.
Go ahead.
Okay, I sent it to him.
Wait, we're not on the air yet. You just want it on the air. Or you don't want it on the air?
Okay.
Yeah, okay.
Ladies and gentlemen of Cat and Fiddle, get your 50-50 ticket ready.
You're gonna drive.
Oh, yeah.
Dean Colton is going to draw the winning ticket of grand prize of $1 billion.
I can buy a green dress.
Just fire the razor. Oh, yeah, last minute entry.
Yes, we did, Roxanne.
Come on. Good ticket? Go. Prize is building.
Sorry, Mike, please. 2, 1, 2, check 2. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2. 1, 2.
I hope you brought Mississippi mud.
Oh, sure did. I was actually going to bring the mud.
Thank you very much.
Cheer.
Okay, here we go.
50-50, everybody.
50-50.
See, the pot's growing. The pot is.
Wow.
I know, right?
All right, here we go. And the winner is, I forgot to put my eyes on. Yeah, we gotta go to show her age. Number is 208 2791. That's 208 2791. 2791, last 4 digits.
We have a winner.
We got a winner in the house. Congratulations.
Till it hurts. Do everything till it hurts.
Once Kimberly finds her place, we're good to go.
Why not? Get back on the horse, man.
Since I moved out, I got the first time. Oh, I did have it once.
Let me know when you're ready.
I'm ready. We're live.
Going live, ladies and gentlemen.
Here we go, everybody.
Oh, I'm so excited.
Here we go.
I just gave the small change to, just bring you 5 back.
Welcome back to the Cat and Fiddle. This is Shake It Up Friday on CanuckTunes.ca. Thanks for listening, and thanks for being at the Cat and Fiddle. We just had a lucky wiener of $1 billion in our 50-50 draw.
25.
And we're continuing on with our
25
Shake It Up Friday, shaking it up again with our host. Please welcome famous Framus.
Thank you, everybody. I'll start my own applause. What a special day it is. We got to thank our boss, our captain, our big toe, Alex, for setting a special surprise guest up for us. Put your hands together for Mr. Dean Fulton, everybody.
Thank you so much.
One of the two good guys and giants of the local music scene.
I'm flattered.
Came all the way across the country to play music in Hamilton.
You're making me blush here.
That's your tan, man.
Thanks
That's
for
your
having
tan.
me. Right on.
Well, you want to hit us with one right away, and then we'll get into the muck.
Yeah.
All right.
So this is a song about my grandfather was in the Second World War, and he brought his Welsh bride back to Canada, and they moved from her first taste of Canada was Grand Prairie, Alberta, in December or January, I guess, and then she couldn't take it, so they moved to Surrey, outside of Vancouver, and that's where our family still is. Anyway, it was interesting because a lot of his war buddies all ended up in the same neighborhood, and they were all from northern Alberta, and they would go to the Legion every Friday night religiously. There was no question.
Yeah.
It was the Legion Hall every Friday night.
Oh, yeah. What better place to be?
Yeah. So this song's called The Legion Hall. Roll Swanson died on his kitchen floor. It was the same year that he turned 64. He left behind his West War bride, mother of his daughters, and the apple of his eye. Never time I feel that sunshine on my shoulder. I hear his words louder and bolder. Tight boots up tight, son. Don't be afraid to die, son. You wake up every morning, knowing wrong from right, son. Everything from the war, they built themselves alive, set their sights on Friday nights, friends and neighbors alike. Head down to the Legion Hall, number 229. Raise a bid on those here at the ones that they left behind. And every time I feel that sunshine on my shoulder, hear his words louder and bolder. Tie your boots up tight, son. Don't be afraid to die, son. Wake up every morning, knowing wrong from right, son. Yeah. No talking how you thread my line. Tie a hook on tight. Oh, by my time. Stare down at the clear blue water as it roll on by. Give your friends and family some all that you can provide. And every time I feel that sunshine on my shoulder, I hear his words louder and bolder. Tie your boots on tight, son. Don't be afraid to die, son. Wake up every morning, knowing wrong from right, son. Wake up every morning, knowing wrong from right, son. Yeah.
Yeah. Keep pumping, everybody.
Thank you.
I got a little advice for you, friend. You gotta stop holding back. You gotta let it fly, brother. Let it fly. Open up that ribcage, my friend.
Thank you.
Great to have you on the show, man.
Great
to see you back.
It's awesome. Super fun.
You were out of town. You were doing
MIA.
stuff, working, and then you were playing, and now you're back.
6 months in Kingston.
Wow.
Not that kind of stuff.
Yeah. We're not taking over a year.
Yeah, that's right.
Going there, right?
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
People were like, Millhaven or Collins Bay? No, just building them all.
Yeah, in between.
Yeah, right across the street from Collins Bay.
Yeah, nice. So that mill got all built, and you're back.
I'm done, yeah.
That's great stuff,
Yeah,
man.
it's really good. I'm happy to be back in Hamilton. I didn't play any music really for 6 months. So.
Wow. You must be jonesing.
I am.
Yeah.
I have a 6-piece band, and everybody in the band plays in 5 other bands.
Lost Soul Caravan we're talking about?
Yeah,
Yep.
and to get those guys together to rehearse on a weekend is impossible.
You got to wrangle them. You got to bribe them with booze and food and stuff, right?
That's right.
Yeah.
So, but we're going to get back at it right away here. So hopefully there'll be a caravan show on
You still got an album
on
release show to do.
Yes, we do.
Yeah.
And that's still in the wind right now. We don't know exactly how, but the full album will roll out pretty quick. And then probably get the vinyl in June, I guess, or something like, you know how that goes, right?
Vinyl, nice.
Oh,
yeah.
For
You
sure.
already put a couple up on the streamers.
Yeah, there's four
sites.
tracks on there.
Yep.
I think this one is on there. I know you noticed, so I'm just gonna tune up.
All right.
So everybody knows I don't normally play electric guitar. I'm not making excuses for myself.
You don't need to, my friend. There's no excuses needed for you.
But anyway, so I played in a blues band out west for a bunch of years called Soup Bone, and we had a pretty good run. And we had a rhythm guitar player that we didn't really like him. He wasn't terribly good, but he had an amazing rehearsal space.
He either had a van or he had a great garage.
He's like the rich kid with the Atari system, right? And everybody with the hands out at his house.
He's got the hockey net. He's got the van.
That's
he's got the
right.
garage.
He can have a hockey net too. Right? So anyway, we left him in the band for a while, and him and his buddies went on a drive from. They bought it was a really cool trip though. The 4 of them flew to Chicago, went to a car auction, bought a convertible car, first one that came up, and it was a Cadillac, unbelievable. And then they drove the whole blues route and music route down through St. Louis, Nashville, and Memphis, and then down to New Orleans. And I said, well, if you go to the crossroads, because I collect dirt and stones from places, and, you know.
Got good mojo. Yeah.
So anyway, I said, give me some dirt from the crossroads when you go through Clarksdale. So I guess he got out of the car, and it had been raining, and he stepped in the mud, and it was just like all over his fancy shoes too, which was so good. So he just picked the mud off his shoes and threw it in a plastic bag. And it was a sandwich bag. And he didn't think about it. And then he packed it in his luggage, and it was like brown
Oh yeah,
clay
that's
looking
not
stuff
suspicious looking at
wrapped
all.
in clear plastic.
Has anybody seen Midnight Run?
Exactly. So anyways, he got the full body cavity treatment, I guess, and couldn't happen to a nicer guy, but he did actually get the mud back. And he brought me the mud. So, and the funny thing is like I kept like a little tiny bit of it. And that's it. I threw the rest of it. But anyway, so I wrote a song about that called Mississippi Mud.
All right.
Nice.
I got some Mississippi mud stuck in my shoes. 2 pounds of Mississippi mud stuck in my shoes. Oh, when you walk down here, you might find the devil, depending on which road you choose. I got some Mississippi mud hid down in my clothes. 2 pounds of Mississippi mud, ain't nobody knows. I took a souvenir from the devil, then I walked on down that road. Well, I swear I saw you standing where Highway 49 meets 61. Down there at the crossroads, waiting for the devil to come. Here comes the devil now, yeah. I got some Mississippi mud, and I'm feeling fine, so fine. 2 pounds of Mississippi mud, and I'm feeling fine, so fine. Well, I never did meet the devil, but I'll go back and see him sometime. Well, I never did meet the devil, but I'll go back and see him sometime.
Bixby. Got a chance to show off that Bixby, my friend. Mississippi Mud,
I don't
everybody.
even know how that thing works. So the middle part there, that's usually where Jimmy Hayes plays the guitar.
Oh yeah. No, that's great, man. That's another one. That's 2 songs today that I wish I wrote. So, in fact, I tricked my friend here into telling him that I was going to cover the song. He sent me the lyrics. We're going to cover it. But of course, Framus and Betty are going to tell everybody that.
Oh, nice.
But,
We could have like we could sue each other.
yeah.
That'd be a good publicity stunt, actually. I go for that.
I owe Spotify money, so there's nothing to get here, my friend.
Yeah, it's like, you know what that little pocket in your jeans is for? All the money you get from Spotify.
Yeah, exactly. $80 every 10 years,
Right?
whether you need it or not. So you're from Surrey, BC,
Yeah, that's where I grew up.
and were you a musical family? Like how what dropped the bomb in your pajamas there that got you going and playing music?
So basically, my parents forced me to start playing the piano when I was 4 because we had a piano and nobody was playing it. So somebody had to play it.
Were you the youngest kid, or were you?
I was the oldest.
Oh, you were the
So I was
oldest.
the first
You got to set an example for your
That's
siblings.
right.
Get on that piano, son.
That's right. So I started that at 4, and I had one uncle, great uncle, my grandpa's brother, he could play every instrument. He was one of those guys that makes you sick. You can pick a banjo and like Roy Clark kind of guy, right?
Yeah.
Every stringed instrument. But he lived down in Oregon, so we didn't see them very often. But yeah, the rest of the family is really not. There's not a whole bunch of musicians in the family at all.
So did you have like one of those blue-haired ladies come to your house and teach you piano once a week, or did you go to conservatory? Or
I did the Suzuki organ course, the Suzuki method, which was really cool.
Yeah.
It was a room like this, right? And all the organs were connected were cabled together, including the instructor. And so she could play along with you on yours or play. She'd get you to play one hand and she'd play the other hand, but it'd come out of your. It was the weirdest thing. It was the Japanese invent all this shit, right? So
wow.
But Suzuki organ, and but they were ace tone organs, which was the predecessor of Roland music, right?
Wow.
So I learned that, and then
when she was playing it, did the keys on your move?
100%. When she played hers, the keys moved on the other organs. It was really
so
neat.
You knew to put your fingers.
That's right.
Wow.
And so I learned to play by ear, and then I learned to read music, but I never played by the music. I listened to the song, and then I could regurgitate it, right? But the instructor, teachers always knew that I was faking it. And then my school band teacher, David Prosnick, who's still alive. Dave turned 84 a couple weeks ago, and we're still friends. We talk all the time. And he just had Cadbury. He had like Coke bottle glasses like that since I've known him, and he had the lens replacement in his eyes recently because of his cataracts.
Yeah.
And now he doesn't even need glasses.
No shit.
And we're like, Dave, you look like an idiot with no glasses. Nobody recognizes
like
him.
Bubbles with no glasses. He's walking around and nobody even know who he is.
But he was the biggest musical influence. I learned more about music from him than anybody else.
And I was in high school?
Yeah, grade 6, and he kind of followed me from elementary school to junior high, and then he moved to my high school, and I moved to the high school.
Wow.
And then he went on to win huge accolades as a school music instructor, which was well deserved. But he was also a crazy trumpet player, and this little short guy like that, right? And he always wore those suits with the polyester suits with the ruffles and shit.
Oh, awesome. Baby blue?
Yeah, baby blue, and then he had
baby blue polyester.
And then he had a rust-colored one too, which was super.
Oh
cool.
yeah.
And the edges of the ruffles also had the rust on it.
Amazing.
Yeah. And his big, thick Coke bottles and his silver trumpet. And so there's a picture in the band room. We were like, it's Earth, Wind, and Fire, but that's Dave. I'm like, so finally, we had to ask him, what's with that poster there? And this was long before Photoshop.
I was going to say, yeah.
So I guess he played out of the Union Hall in Vancouver, and the second trumpet for Earth, Wind, and Fire got hoarse or couldn't make it across the border or whatever.
Put a call to the
so
hall.
they put a call in, and he was at the top of the seniority list, and or the next in line or whatever. And they said, "Do you know it? And can you come to rehearsal?" He's like, "I'll come to rehearsal, but I know all the songs. Don't worry about it." And he's a big fan, so he played Earth, Wind, and Fire.
That's amazing.
And apparently knocked it out of the park.
Yeah.
And but looked silly because he was this little short white guy with Coke bottle glasses and then Earth, Wind, and Fire. Cool. And in the picture, he has the rust-colored ruffled suit on.
Beautiful.
It was pretty cool.
That is super cool, man.
So anyway, it was really, and he's taught some crazy musicians over the years too. And Tal Bachman, like Randy's kid, was in Dave's band, and I'm trying to think of who else. He used to coach a choir too, and Sarah McLaughlin sang in his choir, so that was pretty neat.
Wow.
Yeah, he's a good guy. If he ever comes out here, I'm gonna get him to play.
Absolutely.
Yeah, he's a hell of a drummer too. But anyway, apropos of nothing, I don't have anything to add. Like I don't have a Dave Prosnick song or anything like that. I wish I did, and I should. But that's where that was going. So yeah, we had I had this band in. After I left Surrey, I went to Williams Lake, which is in central BC, a small town.
Okanagan Valley or
no? Caribou area.
Okay.
So 2 hours south of Prince George, sort of between Kamloops and PG. Ranch country, and there was there's a few musicians in town, but we had a pretty good. We managed to assemble sort of the 4 best players in town and decided to have a blues band called Soup Bone. And it was, we had a pretty good run. We were 1 week in March, second week of March of 2011, we were 9 ahead of Eric Clapton on the North American blues charts.
Wow, nice.
And then we were gone the next week, and Eric Clapton was there for the rest of the year, of course. But
you guys put out some original music?
Yeah, we put out one record called "Leave Me On," which did all right. Like,
is it up there on the?
Yeah, you can find it on all the streaming services. So Soup Bone's the name of the band, and then we were kind of like a rock blues band, and soul too, because that's kind of my thing when I play the piano.
Bye, Nancy. Thanks for coming.
Have a great day. So yeah, it was pretty cool. But we recorded a second record, but never released it. But one of my favorite blues tunes that I wrote was on those sessions. And so, anyways,
you're gonna do that.
I'm gonna have a go at "Nothing on Me."
Nothing on Me. Yeah. Dean Fulton, everybody. Ex of Soup Bone. Well, I got to tell you right now, the electric guitar thing is working for you, brother. Quite well.
There we go. First line. That's funny, I can't think of the first line of the song. I need the first line. When I wake up in the morning, ain't no sunlight shining through. And I open up my window, I ain't got much of a view. When I open my blinds in the morning, ain't no sunlight coming in. Well, $500 a month, my friend, well, it don't give you much of a grin. Well, you might be sad and lonely, but as blue as you claim to be, you got nothing on me. Yeah, got nothing on me. You call me up to go working, but I ain't got no gas in my car. I hits the right on the corner, but no one was going that far. I ran through the rain to the bus stop, but I couldn't pay the fee. So the bus driver just kept on driving. All them bus riders here laughing at me. Well, you might think you're on the bottom, but if you look down, you're gonna see you got nothing on me. Yeah, you got nothing on me. Once upon a time, I had a woman. Man, she was sure mighty fine. I slipped a ring on her finger. She fed me whiskey and wine. She said I was just taking the licking, gonna go driving around. But while I was mowing my backyard, that girl and all my money left town. Well, you might think you're on the bottom, but if you look down, you're gonna see you got nothing on me. Yeah, you got nothing on me. Well, you might be sad and lonely, but as blue as you claim to be, you got nothing on me.
Nothing on you, Pete Fulton. Nothing on that Bigsby.
I would love to release that record one time. It's got a few other cool tunes on it.
Yeah. So take us from you're in Soup Bone. You guys had a good 4 or 5 year run. You were saying?
Yeah.
You were playing all over BC.
Yeah, 2000 and record came out 2000 and end of 2010, and then we played Soup Bone shows right until I pulled the chute and came to Hamilton in 2016. So yeah.
Yeah. So what was the catalyst for that, man? You things sounded like things were going pretty good out there. Or you just
It was tough. It was hard to get gigs. I mean, we had to drive to Vancouver to play, so 6 hours. You know how much money you make when you just drive down the street to play, right? So it was like to drag the whole band around. If we had a big show, like we played at the Yale when they closed the second to last weekend at the Yale Hotel in Vancouver, which was sort of blues mecca. Yeah, for sure. It was
you guys played the Commodore. I remember hearing about the Commodore. When
we never played at the Com, which would have been really cool, but certainly saw a lot of shows at the Com. Saw Stevie Ray Vaughan at the Commodore.
Nice.
In his heroin days too, he didn't even get up off the stool. He just sat there with his poncho on and his hat down and just rocked. It's pretty cool. But so, and then our youngest boy decided he was moving out. He was done and going to be his own man. So we were like, well, guess what? Then we're going to move 3,000 miles away. So it's tougher for you to move back in.
Well, that's what you got to do.
Yeah. Well, and
you guys threw a dart at?
No, not at all. Hamilton's always been on the radar for music. Like out west, the saying goes, you go to Toronto to make it, but you go to Hamilton to make music. That's what people say, right?
Ooh,
and, so exceeds expectations. Like I got here and we went, the first 2 weeks we were here, I was like a starved dog. I went to every show. I was going to 3 shows a night, just seeing who was out there playing. And, and walked into this in Hollywood, and
you got here in 2015. You said
2016.
2016.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we went into this in Hollywood and
met Mr. Fun.
Met. So we were just kind of leaving, and my wife sees this guy, and she's like, "Are you the proprietor?" He says, "Yeah, I am." And she says, "Oh, I just wanted to say we just moved here, and this is great." She says, "My husband's a musician, and he says it's top 5 rock bars in the whole country." And he's like, "That guy?" He's like, "Is he with you?" and he's like, "Well, get him back in here." So, anyways, she dragged me back in, and we had a couple beers with Lou, and then Lou and I have become like best of friends. And so, if you're gonna try to break into the Hamilton music scene, who else do you want to have? Who else do you want to have in your arsenal, right?
Absolutely.
And then proceeded to meet so many great players here, man, like yourself, and it just goes on the list. Every room you go to, it's like I'm not worthy. I love being in a band with
ridiculous.
5 musicians who are better than me. It's the best thing I've ever done in my life.
Yeah.
So fun. I saw Jimmy Hayes, who plays guitar in Caravan. I saw him one night at the St. Hollywood, and Melissa Marchese was doing a set. I think it was Lou's birthday. And because Tongue Fu played later that night. And she had assembled quite a band. So Deeps and Ty Ramsey on bass, and Brad Germain was playing the drums.
Wow.
And Jimmy Hayes on slide. And then I can't remember who the other guitar player was, but and also Briscoe.
Wow.
So it was a pretty crazy,
Pretty
good band.
talented.
And I couldn't take my eyes off of Jimmy Hayes. I'm watching this kid play with these people, and I was like, wow, that kid is an unreal guitar player. And April was like, just shut up and watch the band. And I'm like, no, watch this kid, he's amazing. And so I bugged Jimmy for 3 years.
Oh yeah.
Before he would play with me. He's like, oh, I'm sure you're really nice and you're good. And we'd become cordial, but
yeah.
Finally Sean Pearson from Boxcar, we'd started tracking the record. He called Jimmy and he's like, you should come play on this, consider playing on this record. So
right.
He did, and now him and I spent a lot of time playing and writing music and stuff. So
like, how did you kind of plot out your strategy when you got to town? You put together La Soul Caravan. So did you just go around go to shows and say, that guy in the trunk, April?
That was
this guy in the trunk, April?
I made a wish list.
Yeah.
What I did was make a wish list. I went around and started meeting musicians and watching people play and thinking, who do I think lends themselves to my songs, right?
Yeah.
And,
And what about you exposing like yourself? Did you get up and play at those Gordy Lewis songbook jams and all that stuff? Like, how did you start playing it?
So when I got here, I was playing with some guys in Mississauga that were just kind of like a cover jam band, and they got together every Sunday, and so I was put in it, and then I got a call from Carl D'Souza, who is the bass player in the Rhythm Riders.
Oh yeah,
and also Lost Soul Caravan.
Yes.
But him and two other guys were putting together like a soul cover band, and I guess he heard me singing at a jam or something somewhere, and so invited me to come, and he's like, "Do you play any instruments?" I was like, "I play all the instruments actually, but piano's my name." He's like, "No way." So anyways, we started a band called Midnight Hour and started doing like, Willie Dixon and Motown and all that kind of stuff.
Whole covers, that kind of thing, yeah.
And then in the meantime, I also hang out at Doris Pub because it's just up the street from my house, among other places like the Cat Fiddle. And that was the other thing. You come to the Cat Fiddle on any night of the week, there'd be 3 Juno Award winners sitting in here having a beer, man. It's like blowing my mind every week. You'd be like, "Oh, there's Tom Wilson sitting with Gordy Lewis. Holy shit."
Yeah.
And all these guys just hanging out. They're very cordial and nice, and they talk to you and whatever. Pretty accepting. Vancouver music scene's not like that, just so everybody knows. I hear Hamilton musicians bitch about the Hamilton music scene sometimes, like, whoa, stop right there.
Yeah.
Stop. Forget about that. Go to Vancouver, try and be a musician there. Everybody will steal your gig. You're also not allowed to play in other bands. Like, if you're in a band that's playing shows and got a record deal or anything, you're not playing in somebody else's band on Saturday afternoon. That's not a thing at all.
Really?
That's
so it's no community.
No.
It's all rivals, team rivals.
100%. And really, not a ton of fun, right? Like,
no.
It's not a ton of fun. So this just became the best time. I was blown away by the quality of players. And you'd see a duo of 2 dudes in here playing, and they'd be like, "Oh shit, is this Simon and Garfunkel?" And so anyway, I met Kurt Tweedle through other avenues.
Tweedle, yeah.
Yeah, I got invited to play in a funk band with him and Tyrone Ramsey, and Sean McCauley was playing harmonica and singing, and this crazy drummer from Toronto whose name eludes me right now.
The guy from Pocket Science?
Yeah.
That's
so anyways, so I got invited to play in Pocket Science.
That's kind of crazy.
And it was wild. It was like, they're like, "Okay, we got a show at the hippie jam up in what's it called? Up at that farm. I can't remember the name of it. But,
Harry's Farm?
No, way up 2 hours from here.
Gussapalooza?
Happens twice a year, and I can't think of the name. There's tons of bands. It's a festival.
Right.
It's a huge drug fest. Like, it was a good time.
Oh, drug fest.
Yeah,
Oh,
not gonna lie. Not gonna lie. It was pretty fun.
Hillside.
Yes. It was crazy. So they go, "Yeah, we got the show. We're gonna do the last set in the main on Saturday night in the main hall, and we're supposed to start at midnight, play till like sun." And
so take your mushrooms now.
So that's funny you mention that, but we
act accordingly.
So they're like, I was like, "When is it?" "Okay, it's half a month away." So that's 17 days to learn 54 songs, Pocket Science songs.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's not like learning 54 blues songs. It was like, so I did a lot of work on that, and then we got there, and literally the sound man passed out. We were like our 5th song in, and he did a face plant and was out, and everybody thought he was dead. And then that was it. We did 4 songs. 4 songs. But the funny part is I had just taken the mushrooms.
Oh yeah.
I thought I was going to play for 4 hours.
Well, of course, yeah.
So there I am, just getting ready to go, and had to tear down my gear and go sit in my car.
Gotta be Dean Fulton.
Yep, no music.
Just you.
So anyway, it was a good time. But so there's already been some good stories, and we've been here almost 9 years. So
yeah, wow, 9 years.
Never going back.
No. Well, we won't let you go back. You're part of us now.
I'm happy to be that too. I love this town. It's a great city. It's the friendliest city. It really is. It's
Yeah.
awesome, especially in the music community.
Totally.
I got time for any more?
You got time for more and more, my friend.
Okay. What am I gonna do?
Okay, I'm gonna do a song from the record, the Caravan record. This story, friend of a friend of a friend kind of thing. This guy was working in the oil patch and came home and his wife was gone. She emptied out the house. And
Did she leave him a fork, a knife, a spoon, a plate, anything?
I don't know about that, but apparently she took most of the stuff and was gone, and no note, no anything. So this guy would go up and usually those guys do 14 days on and 7 days off, right? So he'd go do his 14 days, and then on his 7 days off, he chased this woman around the country trying to find her, just to find out why. Yeah, why did you leave? And so he followed her around to all their old haunts and talked to all of her friends and stuff. So, anyways, I thought it was worthy of a song.
Absolutely.
So, anyways, the song's called "Wait for Your Call," and I took the liberty of inserting most of my favorite places in there, so it's easy to remember the place names.
Right on.
Yeah. So, and please bear in mind that none of these songs that I write are generally speaking not a personal expose. Me and my wife get along great.
April, it's not you.
That's right. Oh yeah, my brother-in-law's like, he said you should have called your record "Music to Jump Off of a Bridge to." Anyway, song's about the human condition.
The human condition, man. Dean Fulton, everybody.
I could sit and wait for your call. The call may never come. I could do nothing at all. Maybe sit here and drink myself numb. I could check every place we ever been, everywhere we talked about or ever called home. Or I could sit and wait for your call. I could sit and wait for your call. I could sit and wait for your call. The call may never come. I was working up in Fort Mac in a camp with 10,000 doors. Never made that kind of money. Never felt that kind of lonely before. Came back to that empty place where we lived in that empty town. Now I'm looking for a friendly face and a love that doesn't want to be found. Or I can sit and wait for your call. I can sit and wait for your call. I can sit and wait for your call. The call may never come. So I went running back to Saskatoon. Down on Broadway, they had seen your face. I headed out on Highway 20. I heard you might be out Crazy Bear Lake. Every Greyhound bus I see might be taking you the other way, but I follow you from coast to coast, 'cause it ain't over until I hear you say. Or I can sit and wait for your call. I can sit and wait for your call. I can sit and wait for your call. The call may never come. So I headed back to Hammertown. Down on James Street, they just shook their heads. None of your friends had seen you around. Said I better check out East instead. Heard you attending the bar out at the Split Crow. But when I got there, all I found was the scene. And I'm running out of places to go. Running out of people I know. Running out of time. Running trying to find why you've been running away from me. Or I could sit and wait for your call. I could sit and wait for your call. I could sit and wait for your call. The call may never come. I could sit and wait for your call. I could sit and wait for your call. I could sit and wait for your call. The call may never come. Tune it or die.
Nice.
Anyway, that's the way for your call. Thank you very much. That's a sad song right there.
I was actually, your story clicked a memory in my head. I actually fully witnessed one of those clean out kind of program things. When I was 18, I had a motorcycle accident. And once I could get up, walking, moving around again, my dad was a biker and he said, like, but the thing you got to do now is get back on and then you're going to borrow your uncle's bike and we're going to ride to Chicago with a bunch of my biker fucking hooligans. So, of course, me being a stubborn 18-year-old asshole, I said, yeah, no problem. So I borrowed my uncle's bike and we rode to Chicago and then we were meeting up with some of his buddies in Chicago. And we went to this guy's place in Chicago. We stayed there for a night partying. It was like just a regular house, stuff everywhere. The guy's name was Chris. I forget his wife's name, but she's like, okay, now we're going to ride down 200 miles south to Springfield for the flat track bike races. We'll be back in 2 days. Okay, bye, honey. Have a great time. So we go down there, bike races, party for 2 days, ride back up to Springfield, or ride back up to Chicago, pull up to the place. Cleaned out. Cleaned out. She left a plate, a knife, a fork, a spoon, and a cup on the table. And I mean, the toilet paper rolls, like there was fucking nothing in the place. And I'm 18 years old, and I'm trying to process this.
Right?
And this guy is like walking up the wall and the ceiling. Right? Oh, everything.
Engineer.
It was, it was engineered.
That's wild.
It was wild.
Holy
I'll never forget the sound that his voice made when we walked in that house. It was crazy.
That's brutal.
Yeah, it was brutal. Yeah.
And apparently this guy that chased the girl all around the country was actually a pretty nice guy.
Well, this guy seemed like a good guy, but
then you don't know, right?
No, exactly. It's good to hang around with bikers, but maybe not such a good. Maybe not such a good dude with the ladies, you know?
Right. Sorry.
So you're in you got the Lost Soul Caravan album out. You've released 4 singles. What's the name of the album again?
It's called Sit and Wait.
Sit and Wait.
Yeah.
And now you're in the process of ordering up some vinyl.
Yeah. And we'll probably put the whole record out online here in the next 2 to 3 weeks, I think.
Oh yeah.
We're just about ready to go on that. So we just want to get a show lined up.
Yeah, that's the thing. So you got the fires. You got the sticks in the fire, looking for a place right now. Everything's
for sure.
Yeah.
So we'll keep everybody posted on that
as soon as we get the word.
Yeah, man.
And you and Tweedle are gonna get back in the rotation here at the Cat.
Yeah,
hopefully, and get some.
Yeah, we're both like gainfully unemployed right now, so we got time to work on our show.
That's amazing.
Yeah, we're gonna spend a little bit of time doing that and get back on the horse. But I'll be back in the construction business here probably before too long. So
oh yeah,
you don't get that much time off these days.
Just don't answer the phone, man, unless you know it's a music venue or
right.
Yeah.
Yeah, no kidding. Those recruiters are relentless, man.
They
Holy
are.
smokes!
Probably too good at your job, man. That's what it is.
I think there's just a shortage. I don't want to blow my own horn. I'm not bad.
You're not bad.
You're awesome.
You're awesome.
Yeah.
You told me to play.
Thank you. I just can't tune a fucking guitar, man, after all these years.
Tuning's optional here at Shake It Up Radio. But the people have come to expect less from me, so the standards are lowered.
That's awesome.
You've exceeded every standard in the show. So you got one more for us to take us out,
Dude, so in my 6 months in Kingston, I just spent a bit of time writing some songs.
Oh, you got some new ones on
This
the
is like
road songs.
never been played before.
World premiere.
This actually is probably, my wife's heard it, and that's about it.
Oh, right.
She's only really played on the piano, so I'm going to give it a try anyway.
And if we want to get you, we get you on the socials. You got the Instagram, the Facebook, also Caravan stuff up there.
There's Facebook and there is Instagram, I suppose, but I'm just not that guy, and I'm
Just to know where you're playing, when
yeah.
you're playing.
I'm gonna hand it off to Tweedle because he is that guy. So he'll take care of the Lost Soul Caravan social media because I honestly don't give a shit.
Yeah, no, I don't hear you.
I just don't care.
It's just a good way to keep track.
But it really is.
Shows.
Right? Well, it's better than going out and taping posters on posts. But
yeah, we've all
I'm gonna
done
let
that.
him do that, and I'm gonna do that.
You're still gonna do the
100%.
analog
I love
poster.
handbills.
Yeah.
Go to other people's shows and hand out handbills for your own show. That's what I used to do in Vancouver. My buddy Bob was the drummer in remember Econoline Crush? Yeah. So my buddy Bob was the drummer in that band. And, at that time, the Live Nation and these venues were really starting to stick it to the musicians on their percentage of their merch, right? So they were on this.
The promoters wanted a percentage.
They wanted a chunk of the merch. So they were on this Lollapalooza tour, right? And so it was like 14 dates or whatever. Started in Chicago, went around. The first one was in Chicago, and then they went to all these other ones. And I can't remember the other bands, but anyways, they were getting stiffed on their merch. So they would go before the shows, and they would go outside and sell their T-shirts as bootlegs.
Oh yeah,
for $20.
Nice.
They're $50 inside the show, and Bob would be out there flogging T-shirts for $20. And then after that, they did that everywhere they played. Once it started getting a little bigger, and they were like headlining, they'd still be outside selling their own T-shirts because they wouldn't give that. He was so cheap. He was just a cheap son of a bitch. Drummer, right?
Yeah.
But yeah. It was crazy, but and now he's like, I was like, you playing it all? And he's played with some big heavy metal guys too, and him and my brother-in-law, they played with. I don't know how much of. I'm not a metal guy, but they have one of their buddies is this Devin Townsend guy who apparently is like a god of heavy metal, like really.
Oh, one of those guys?
Yeah.
Canadian dude, or
yeah. Strapping Young Lad is the name of his band, and it's like super heavy.
Strapping Young Lad is quite a good band name, actually.
But Devin, and he's a big son of a bitch too. Plays guitar and
Big
sings.
son of a bitch is a great band.
Great, yeah, exactly. but so these guys, but they're all having like a really hard time making a living playing music. Whereas like in the '90s, they were all just whatever. I'm going on tour next month, and I'm not going to do anything this month.
Yeah,
might set my drums up, might not, right? And now Bob's like teaching.
Oh yeah, hustling, side hustle here, side hustle there.
He got in the IATSE union, and he's a set painter for IATSE now. So, yeah. So in Vancouver, that's a pretty good gig, I guess, because they're busy making movies there too. Yeah, so it's different times for musicians. But you know what the best thing is?
Even the guys that made it at some point, like made it they're jonesing too now, man. Like they're hurting as much as or more so than even us, lunch bucket guys that are just playing in the pubs,
Oh, no doubt about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we kept our lunch bucket jobs. That's why we're
exactly. Yes, music is still a hobby for me. I'm a professional. I do get a regular SoCal check. It's usually about $1.45, $2.70.
As long as it's flowing.
Yeah, it's good though. And I wish they still send out the checks because I never even cashed the first 3 SoCal checks that I ever had. I have them in a frame at home.
Nice.
Nice.
But it's a different time. But I think we're going back to like kitchen party music. Before the big machine and massive rock stars, people used to make music to entertain their friends, their family, and
in the parlor,
their locals
in the parlor, man.
And I think if we can, local, especially in Hamilton, if we can the musicians here can wrap their heads around that. We got all the tools and
absolutely
all the talent, and it's Nashville North, but we don't promote it that way. Like, look, you go out any night of the week here and see 5 or 6 crazy good bands playing, and these kids that play, 10 punk bands for $5 upstairs at doors.
Oh yeah.
And they play 3 songs super fast.
Yeah.
It's like 8 minutes of music, and they're awesome.
Or Vertigo. Have you been down there yet?
Oh,
Same thing. They got a great scene going on in Vertigo too.
I love these kids, and it's nice to see kids with guitars.
Guitars,
And
exactly.
it's not my guitar.
Yeah.
So I have great hope for music will never die
No
because
way.
we just can't. You know as well as I do that it's something that if you're compelled to play, you
have to.
You can't not.
It's not it's not like we want to do this. It's like we have to do this.
When I was getting to the end of the Kingston job, April was my wife's name. April. She's very understanding and has been. She's a second. This is her second marriage to a musician. So, but her first husband was a bass player. So
no. Say no more, my friend.
Right. So anyway, she's very understanding, but she was like, when I was finishing up the case, she said, "You need to get home and you're not going back there because you are being miserable because you're not playing
music." Yeah, exactly.
I take my guitar with me to the hotel room and work on some songs, whatever, but it's not the same.
No,
No.
you got to get that.
Yeah.
Get those the energy, the flow is going back and forth, man.
It's magic. It's
Absolutely.
really cool. How do you take 6 people and an idea and then form it into, like, I don't write charts for my songs. We show up at rehearsal, everybody, I send them a demo of me strumming on guitar, playing the piano, and these incredibly talented musicians turned it into a whole other thing. Like, it's a symphony, man, but it just happens. It doesn't, there's no, I don't know, it happens or it doesn't, and when it does, when you were at the one show at the Casbah with the first 6-piece caravan show, and it was like, oh, what the hell just happened there?
It was a magic carpet ride, man.
That was, every one of us would just sit there afterwards. That was so magical because it just fit.
Yeah.
So we're hoping that it fits.
When that happens, I call those holy moments.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's so, it's that other 80% of your brain that you don't use, right?
Yep.
When you're using it, you just don't know. That's my belief anyway.
Well, I know most of my brain is withering away and I'm not going to use for anything.
What am I doing again?
Just full of useless information.
What
That's
the
all.
hell is this thing? Okay. So anyways, I'm going to try this really sad song I wrote in Kingston after all that.
All right. Well, thanks for coming, Dean Fulton. We're a treat having you as the surprise mystery guest today, man. You made our day.
My pleasure. Thanks, guys. In the beginning, I would see your smiling face everywhere, even when I close my eyes. But that image fades. Don't get me wrong, you know it takes some time. Illusions of love become a thin disguise, and those lonely days turn into lonely nights, and leave you with a wandering eye. Yeah, those lonely days turn into lonely nights. Ooh, they'll leave you with a tear in your eye. For a while, it was the greatest thing, the truest love that my heart had ever known. Nothing but clear blue sky, far as the eye could see. But then the clouds started rolling in, the light was gone, and those lonely days turn into lonely nights. We leave you with a wandering eye. Yeah, those lonely days
turn into lonely nights. Ooh, they make you think about things like goodbye. Yeah, those lonely days turn into lonely nights. Think you wanna lay down and die. Yeah, those lonely days turn into lonely nights. Ooh, and leave you there wondering why.
Yeah.
Thank you. You have been listening to Shaking Up Radio on CanuckTunes.ca, broadcast live from the Cat and Fiddle, corner of John Street at South Anacostia in Hamilton. Recorded in front of a live pub audience who shakes it daily. Join us next week when our special guests will be Siobhan Kerr and the Jeff Dudley Band. For famous friends, Kimberly Robin and me, stay safe, have a great weekend. Always keep it Canadian. And thanks for listening. This is CanuckTunes.ca. All Canadian, always.